I know most of you were expecting a faction overview for the United States, but I've brought you something better, a 1 vs 1 against the game developer himself, DMS Instinct. This is a game we had a few days ago, and the game mode we're playing is called Day of Victory, which is a DLC game mode, and the objective here is to capture a great big flag point in the center of the map. To capture the flag, you need to have undisputed control over the flag for about 6 minutes, and as you can see, this isn't a very long video because the battle was ridiculously one-sided. Anyway, I start with a squad of regular infantry, and I'm going to rush them up to this wall overlooking the flag point to get some cover. It is vital that you start strong in this game mode. If you can win the opening engagement and sort of lock down the center, it can be really tough for your opponent to make a strong comeback, mainly because payback is a lot slower in Day of Victory. Instinct, who was playing as Germany, starts out with a squad of paratroopers. Now this automatically puts me at a disadvantage because German paratrooper squads have better equipment and weapon proficiency, 2 machine gunners, and most importantly, a lot more grenades, and Instinct loves his grenades. And as you can see, I tried to put some men into this little house over here to open fire on Instinct's paratroopers, but he reacts very quickly and rushes up a soldier to throw some anti-tank grenades at the walls to try and bring them down. I then try to get a grenade on his men that are already inside the capture zone, but he obviously sees this and moves his men out of the way. Now there are 2 important things to take note of here. The first and most obvious thing is the fact that cooking grenades is crucial to success in a close quarters firefight. You need to get into the habit of using hotkeys and direct control when lobbing grenades. By default, F1 allows you to select grenades. If you then press E with your soldier selected, you can move him around. If you hold down the left mouse button in direct control, you begin to cook the grenade. If you then move your man around using W, A, S, and D on the keyboard, you can get him into position to throw the cooked grenade and try to catch the enemy off guard. This method is a lot more efficient than running up to your opponent and then cooking the grenade, because often your soldier will simply be shot. Cooking grenades from behind cover and then popping out to throw them can really give you an edge. Another thing you need to be aware of is how the flag capturing mechanics work in the game. Every soldier, except tank crew, in the game can capture a flag point. That includes tank commanders. So if I have a rifleman in the green area, I'm going to capture the flag. But because Instinct has about 4 or 5 of his men also in the green area, he captures the flag instead of me due to his numerical superiority. Also, keep in mind that the higher quality troops such as paratroopers have priority in flag capturing. What this means is that if I have 1 rifleman in the zone and he has 1 paratrooper, he's still going to capture the flag because his soldier belongs to a higher tier of infantry. Anyway, Instinct massacres my first squad of regulars with his grenades, and I'm forced to bring up another squad. But I don't want to try another frontal assault against his superior troops and firepower, so I try to flank him from the left over here. But this also fails miserably, mainly because it's a half-assed maneuver. I don't move all my men together, and I never end up really firing on his machine gunners behind the walls. Time is ticking, and Instinct hasn't even brought up his second squad. Instinct sees my men creeping up on his right and moves his men behind the buildings. I try to make a hole in the wall of this building over here so my men can start firing on his paratroopers on the other side, but the grenade fails to destroy the wall. I then manage to get a grenade over the roof, but I only kill 1 man. Also, notice the icons of the bazooka men that I've brought up on the left side of the screen. I wanted to make sure that this little flanking squad wasn't attacked by any sort of armor, but this proves to be a mistake because they never were a threat in the first place and his paratroopers already have the gear and firepower to deal with them without a problem. At this point, I really need to make a breakthrough because the center is really locked down and Instinct is going to capture the flag and win the game in another 2 minutes if I don't kill his capturing soldiers. So I decided to bring up a half-track. Allied half-tracks are usually very useful at chewing up infantry thanks to the excellent 50 cal machine gun that they come equipped with. I continue to move my men on the left flank to get a good firing position on his right flank, but Instinct has already started his own little flanking on my right flank at the same time. Now this half-track push may have worked if I had pushed harder with an entire squad. I send it in with only 2 men against his dug-in paratroopers. This proves to be another huge tactical blunder. The reason why I don't get really close with it is because I know that German MGs are quite capable of killing the gunner of the half-track. So instead, I pull back a little bit and try to get it to pick off his machine gunners from a distance, but this also proves to be futile. And at this point, the game is pretty much over. Instinct ends up sniping my half-track gunners over and over and over again, and without any more funds to bring up another squad, defeat is pretty much imminent. Good game to Instinct. I knew what to expect coming into this game as he's notorious for his extraordinary micromanagement and brutal grenade throwing skills. There's a lot to learn from a superior opponent. If anything, it's refreshing to get your ass handed to you in a paper bag every now and then, and it keeps you on your feet. There is always room for improvement, and a good loss should never make you hang your head in shame. Learning from defeat is the way forward. I personally feel like I need a lot more 1v1s because they really test your micro management. While strategy and tactics apply a lot more in 2v2s and 3v3s, micro rules the 1v1 scene, and as I've said before, the only way to improve your micro is to keep playing more and more against proper opponents that really test you. Instinct also demonstrates how masterful use of elite infantry can give you a huge advantage in a game mode like Day of Victory. It's all about reaching the flag first and holding it, and if you can successfully harass and shut down your opponent with grenades, victory is sure to be yours. Anyway, good game to Instinct. He said he'd be uploading his side of the battle as a video response to this one, so stay tuned for that. And if you haven't already checked out the 2v1 I did with him after this one, be sure to click on the link above. I hope you enjoyed this short video, and as always, don't forget to comment, like it, and subscribe.